Yeah, today I would like to tell you a couple of words about the game called Builders of the Earth. The card game. This is a game for 3 to 4 players, so it's not for 2, it's not for 5. It's also not suited for the solitaire play. This is actually a trick-taking game where each one of us takes a role of a builder of Pillars of the Earth. Well, what else? Well, anyway, this is kind of a spin-off of a bigger game. The book is by Ken Follett, but the designer of the game is, I believe, Michael Reineck, who actually designed the board game itself and some sequels to it, I guess. Well, never mind. This is a really compact box, really small one. Cosmos, and in Poland by Galacta. Yeah, and what we have inside. The rulebook. It's not that big. Typical rulebook for that. With a lot of examples of play. And then we have this kind of a scoring pad. I don't know, to me it seems a little bit lame because you don't actually need that. I mean, you need to keep the track of your points, but it just fills up the box maybe to get an impression that you're getting something. The box is full of goodies, but I don't know. But the base thing in this game are cards. Now, we have several types of cards, so let me just get quickly through all the details. Now, we have sets of color-coded cards for each player, and here we have a little cheat sheet card. You actually do not need that because it's, you can easily memorize what's on the card. Yeah? But it helps you out to keep score of your resources. And it goes like so. This is a card for a stone. Yeah, it's hard to read. It's a little bit blurry. But never mind. You can have up to 3 resources of each kind. 3, 2, and you have 1, 0. If you have like 2 stone, you place a card like so. And then you put the other card on top of that. If you have like 0 wood, okay, this is wood, you can put it like so. So then you will keep track of, here's the sand and 0 metal, okay? So you keep track of all the resources. Those are cards for each player. This is an orange player, and also he has some cards of his own, but in the 3-player games, in all of our 3-player games, we're gonna get rid of the cards of one color. So let's say in this case it's going to be the orange one, but I'm going to show you some examples on actually this player. So basically, as you can see, we have like red, greens and blues, and they're all the same, right? To denote the number of resources. And we have the orange player here, right? Now, so, okay, resources cards, let's put it aside, and then we have the cards that actually go into play. Now, this is a trick-taking game, which means that we are going to collect tricks. Ha ha ha, very funny. But the trick-taking game with a little twist. Now, there are actually 2 types of games, of trick-taking games that are widely known. The first one is, let's say, the game of bridge, right? Where each trick has the same value. So one trick is just like 1 point, let's say, and whoever fulfills the contract in a bridge, this actually couple is a winner, right? But we also have some trick-taking games where you collect points from cards. And, in this case it doesn't actually go that way, but sometimes you know the games where the ace is worth 11 points, the 10 is worth 10, so you're trying to collect more points actually than tricks. Sometimes one trick is worth more than 2 other tricks. But in this case we have something a little bit different than what we are used to. Let me explain it in a nutshell. So, we have this, those are cards for orange player, although they do not go to our orange player hand, but they are shuffled within the deck. So we have cards numbered from 2 to 10, but there are only even numbers. right? And each card gives you a special ability. This converts. This can be converted to 5 victory points. This can be converted to 4. This can be converted to 3 wood and sand to 2, and then you can gain like resources of several kinds and so on and so forth. And all the cards, as you can see, are the same. I mean, this is the red one, this is the orange one, and they have the same effect. Okay, so let me put aside this here, and let's stick to those cards. Basically, they're all the same as the orange one. Okay, so we have this deck of cards for 3 players, some green, blue, and red, and then we have some, of course, neutral cards. And those cards are ranged from 1 to 11 with odd numbers. Those are even, those are odd. And of course, there are zeros. And basically, each card gives you, I don't know if it's a special ability. No, but kind of a bonus. You can see, this card gives you a stone. This card gives you wood. And then you have like 1, 3, the 1 card, basically those are resource cards, zeros. But 1 and 3 and 5 and 7 and so on, those are cards with some special effect. Now this card says, what's the name of the game? The Alfred. This card has to be played as in the last trick. Okay, so you need to stick to that card if you have it in your hand. This card, you lose 1 victory point. Oh, that lady is so scary. Ooh. Oh, Ellen. Oh, no, she's cool. Ah, you gain 2 victory points. Now I know why she's cool. The bishop. You know, you lose 2 points getting a bishop. Oh my god. Never mind. Okay, so those are cards with some special abilities. Tom, the builder. You gain 1 resource of your choice. And then this is Lady Alina. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know the book, I'm sorry. She's actually the lady that if you have this card in your hand in the first round, you're starting a trick. But you do not need to do that with this card. It's just, you know, to mark who's actually gonna start the first trick. And then the coolest card is the king card. Now you can see the king card has 11, value of 11. But if you win a trick, and it also gives you 3 victory points, that's cool. But if you win a trick with this card, no one gets this trick, and it's put aside. And I'll tell you in a minute why. Now I'm going to explain how to win a trick. It's very simple. You only have numbers on those cards. And whoever plays... well, the winner of the trick is a card with the highest number. But there is a tricky thing in a trick-taking game. Whenever it's a neutral card, so in this case, 1 to 11 or one of the zeros, the trick goes to a player who played the card. I'm not sure if you can win a card with a 1, but say with 3 or 5 or 7, it's going to be a little bit easier. So basically the card goes to that player who played this card. However, if it's one of the color-coded cards, the trick goes to a player who owns this card, who actually owns this color. So if let's say I'm a blue player, and I played like red 10, and I won the trick, because 10 is a really high card, and you can only be beaten by a king. If I won the trick does not go to me, oh no! The trick goes to a red player, god damn it! Yeah, that's how it works. I'm sorry for my emotions, but that's how the game works. But this makes this game a little bit unique. And, well, this actually, I think, keeps you concentrated on what cards you are playing. So every single trick, or every single card you play to a single trick, it's kind of important. So, now, if there are 2 or more cards of the same value in the same trick, the card that is played as the latter one, or the last one actually, is going to win the trick. So if I play a red 2, but then someone plays a blue 2, on top of that, the blue player is going to win that. Unless someone plays 3 or 5 or 7 or whatnot. So all the cards are shuffled together, dealt to the players, so you do not actually need to have the cards of your color in your hand. if you get a 10 of your color in your hand, so then you can just like try to get the best of the cards and just to win the trick by this 10. And if you do not have high cards of your color in your hand, that's a little bit, well, that keeps you, awaiting of who's going to play this card and what kind of trick I'm going to win. Well, that's basically it, how it works. But you only gain points or the special abilities of cards of your color. So if you're a red player, if you win like all the greens, all the blues, it doesn't matter. You only go for the red ones because they only give you some special abilities. So if you do not win a red 2, you cannot use the ability of that guy, because the ability of blue 2, if this is the color of your opponent, it gives you nothing. And there's also a bunch of special cards. They are ones. I'm not sure if you can recognize the color here. This is the black one, this is the blue, this is the brown one, sorry. It has an infinity symbol on it, which means that it has a permanent use. Now, basically when you play a trick-taking game, you collect the tricks, count out the points, and then put back all the cards in the stack, and shuffle them up, and deal to the players again, and play another round, and so on and so forth. Now, this card is a little bit different, because once you win it, you can keep it in front of you and use it every single round. So, you see, the cards say here, it's a painter. It's an infinity symbol, it's a brown card, it gives you 1 victory point. If you win it in your first round, ta-da, you're gonna get 5 victory points, because every single round you will count up 1 point to your total. So that's pretty cool. And those are actually also round counters, because there are 5 of them. You just shuffle them up, blah, 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 blah. Draw 1, put it in the stack, shuffle them up, and whoever wins that gets the effect. Now, if the card, this card here, is in a trick with the king, and no one wins this trick, the card is gone. Just like you can discard it. No one gets the ability of that card. But what's the cool thing with the king is that, like I said, you put the card aside, the trick actually, with this card. And if there is a player who didn't win a single trick, this player gets this trick with the king card, and also gains 3 victory points. And he's the player who starts the next round, actually. So this is how the king card works. I'm not sure what if there are 2 players with no tricks, but probably that kind of a situation is not possible. But if all players get at least 1 trick, this trick is taken by no one. No one is going to get 3 points. Oh no. Yeah, so that's how it works. And then you count out the points, convert the resources to points, and so on and so forth. Now, the rulebooks also says that, let's go back to our resource cards for a minute. At the end of the round, you can only have 3 resources. And it's not said like you can have 3 resources of one type only, because that's the maximum you have on your card. But probably 3 resources total. So you just need to get rid of if you have like more than 3, you just need to get rid of those, of the resources that are over 3, and this is of course of your own choice. So just keep track of those, and be aware that this is something that you won't be having permanently throughout the whole game, but rather you will lose if the number of resources extends 3. So that's basically it. Pillars of the Earth, the card game. Polish design. And one more thing, I just bought this game with a huge discount, somewhere between like $4 or $5 here in Poland. So that was no-brainer to me to get this game, because like you see all of the goodies in here, and you can have a really, really nice game. Only for 3 to 4 players, but still, I believe it's worth it. Trick-taking game with a little twist. Pillar of the Earth. Let's check this out. I believe it's really worth it. Thanks for your watching. Thanks for your attention. See you next time. Bye bye.